Hi guys, welcome to Rufus and Doofus. Chico here. Today we're over at the RV and we've got a burned out headlight on the passenger side and the low beam headlight on the driver's side seems to be very dim. So we are going to attempt to replace both of those. It's one of those easy jobs, you know, that for some reason every time I say it's an easy job I run into all kinds of gremlins. So let's see what happens with this one. Get your coveralls on, we're going out. Okay, here we are, and it looks like the first order of business is to remove this bezel here, or trim piece, whatever we want to call it. And I see that it's got a little crack in there and a little crack over here. So we're going to try and do this without hurting it anymore. I don't know if those are the original screws or not. They don't really look like they are, but I might be wrong. So let's try taking one out real slow. That just doesn't look like the original screw to me. I don't think it should be one of these. I think it should be a pan head. So I don't know if I want to replace that screw with this or not. I'll have to look around and see how the rest of them look. Quick observation, they all look to be like that, so maybe I will replace them with these. It just doesn't look like the type of screw that should be there. So far so good though. We're coming out with not too much of a problem so far. Whew, it's hot down here. December 23rd and about 84 degrees. And I'm working here in the sunlight. Whew, tell you, hot one. This looks like a 2 6-pack job, but unfortunately, you can't drink in this heat. If you drink beer, it'll just take the life right out of you, and you feel like taking a nap, and then the day's shot. So we ain't gonna do that. Maybe tonight we'll have a beer. Maybe. No guarantees. Well, we got 4 of them out so far. 2 over here. Wonder what kind of gremlins are hiding in here, you know. All the screws are the same, so maybe these are the ones that came with it. Just doesn't make sense that they'd use that screw. Okay, see what happens. So far so good. Empty hornet's nest. Luckily it was empty, otherwise I'd be jumping up and down right now, and it wouldn't be a pretty picture. Geez, maybe this will go well. I don't want to speak too soon though. You know? Huh. Okay, I see how that works. You don't want to mess with that. Oop, another hornet's nest. Yeah, luckily they weren't alive, huh? Otherwise I'd be running around this parking lot like a crazy man. Okay, these are the adjustment screws here. I should say there, one of them. Another one here for the up and down, and it looks like the holder inner screws holder inner, my own little word, are right there. Okay, that one freed up. That one freed up. That one freed up. A little roosty, but freed up. Ah, shucks. Okay, timeout. Figures, right? The last one that we had to loosen up is not going to cooperate. Hang on while I go get some WD-40, let it sit for a minute, and we'll give it another shot because I do not want to strip that screw. All right, well, I gave it a shot of WD-40, let it sit for a minute. Let's see if we can get that last one to loosen up without stripping it. Nope, we're gonna have to let it sit a little longer, and I have a funny feeling we're in trouble on that screw. Looks like somebody got to it before I did. Maybe if we give it a little tap. Matter of fact, let me get my trusty hammer. Hammers are always handy. Put the screwdriver in there and see if we can get it to break off a little bit, or break away, I should say. Not having much luck biting on that screw. Can't get a bite on it. Well, it's the only thing we can do. Put a little more WD-40 on it. And we'll give it a few more taps. But what I tell you, simple job turned into a not so simple job. Just trying to get that screw to break free. So don't go away, we're gonna let it sit for a little bit. Alright, let's try this again. I don't want to strip that screw, otherwise I'll never get it out of there. What do you know, I think the hammer trick did it. But we're not going to reuse this screw. Yeah, look at that, barely got it out. Matter of fact, almost now, that's just, yeah, somebody put a square drive in there and I couldn't see it that well. So we're going to get some new screws for this. Yep. The rest of these are Phillips, that's for sure. Okay. One more. Yeah, when I was younger, all the headlights of cars used to be like this. The new cars, they make it real easy to change them. It's not a problem at all. I just dropped that screw, but we were going to replace them anyway. So that's the trouble with working in grass. All right, get that off. Okay. And here's our dead bulb. And of course that's probably on there real good. Oh yeah. Yep, there she be. Yep. And we'll bring that down to the auto shop and see what we can find. And we'll get some new screws too. And I'm going to give that plug a little shot. That'll help the next one go in and get rid of some of that corrosion on that plug. That WD-40 is conductive, so it's not going to be a problem. And don't go away. We're on our way to the auto store. Get a couple of headlights. Alright, well, I went out and got my bulbs, and now I just want to give this a little cleaning here. No sense putting something up dirty. So we'll give this just a little bit of a cleaning out. The whole RV needs to be cleaned, and we're going to do that soon. But at least in here, we'll just get this out a little bit. Okay, now that we've got that cleaned up a little bit, got our bulb, and it's Extravision H4656 by Sylvania. Supposed to be a little brighter than the original. I don't know if this is the same bulb that's in your rig, but I got mine at AutoZone, and they're about 14 bucks a piece. So not too cheap, but hey, if they last a couple of years, better than driving around with one that's not good, right? So let's open her up if we can. One of them don't let me in boxes. Okay, there we go. And there's our new bulb. I put a little bit of WD-40 up there just so that we can slide this in nicely, hopefully. Okay, that's seated beautifully. Now we're just going to slide that back into position. We haven't done anything with the adjustment, so that should be okay. Then we have to put this plate over here again to hold it in. And I stopped by Home Depot, took the liberty to buy myself some new screws. This is one of those jobs where I wish I had another hand now. So I got some new screws, and they are stainless steel. If I can get one started, I'll be all set. All right, we got one in. We'll put 3 more in. And by the way, these screws are number 832 by a 1/2 inch stainless. 6 screws to a pack. And I bought 2 packs, obviously. So see if we can get the rest of these in. We'll put this one in, get it started, hopefully. Now, I guess the biggest tip that I can give you on this whole thing that we've done here so far is for the rusted screw. By the way, this will work on any rusted screw or screw that you can't get out. Before you strip it, if you tap it with a hammer, nice little sharp raps, sometimes it breaks it free. And obviously you want to have some lubricant on there, penetrating oil of some sort, and I've always found that WD-40 does the trick. So I guess that's the tip to be had from this little session that we're doing today, replacing the bulb. Fortunately, there were not any other gremlins to deal with except for that screw. And of course the job isn't over yet, so let's see what happens. Got that in there. One more put in. Tighten her up, and then we'll put that trim piece back on, and we should be good to go. And we'll do the other light bulb, but I won't include that in the video just to keep it short, unless I run into a problem that's worth you guys seeing, and I hope that I don't run into a problem. So let's get this one done. That looks to have gone in there nicely. You know, and I'm not going to crush these screws as I put them in. I mean, I want them snug, but I don't want to break anything in there either. So, and, you know, next time when they got to come out, hopefully they'll come out okay. There's still a little bit of that residue from the WD-40 that I put on there. That can't hurt anything. We've got those snugged up. That one's snugged up. And again, these screws here just hold the bulb in, so there's no adjustment necessary here. That's not to say that they don't need adjusting, but we can't do that right now because obviously it's daylight. I don't have anything to point them at. So, but the good news is we've got a headlight that works, I hope. Get that snug. Not killed, but snugged. And 4 new, brand new stainless steel screws. No sense messing with this one because I believe that one works. But if it doesn't, we'll have to fix that one. But I'm sure it does because I checked it. So this doesn't look like it's in there, right? Looks a little better. Okay. And now I took the time to clean this up when you guys weren't looking. And I'll tell you where the screws go in. There is some stress cracks there. This is an old piece. I'm going to be as gentle as I possibly can be putting this back on there. I don't want to stress those plastic parts anymore. I don't know. There we go. Feels like it's in the right spot. Well, the adjustment screws are still visible. And hopefully this will go in without too much of a headache. I'm not going to over tighten these by any means. We'll get them started. And we're not going to even snug anything until we get them all in. We don't want to stress anything that we don't have to. And again, these are going into plastic right here, so, and this flimsy piece, I don't want to break it any more than it is. God knows where I'd find one of them. And it would look like crap going on the road without it. So we got one in. Let's see, what should we do? Maybe we'll try this one. Oops. Something's not lining up. Okay. I think I got it. Yep, it's biting into something. Alright, no pressure on them yet. And it's not going to need a lot just to keep it there, so. Find its little home. There we go. Okay, none of these are tight yet. So far so good, if I must say so myself. Get over on the other side. Alright guys, I am not going to tighten those anymore. There's some little stress cracks all around it. It's perfectly fine here. Just going to snug these up a little. So these just need to be set. I'm not even going to tighten them a lot. I'm just trying to get them to the point where they meet the plastic and keep it from popping out. So that one's plenty tight enough. I'm not killing them at all. Very little pressure. This one here, perfect. No play in that. This one here has really got some crack marks in there. I'm gonna stop right there. And this one up here, just bring it to the plastic. Bingo. We did that without busting that apart. And that's it, folks. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you give me a thumbs up. And please don't forget to subscribe because we got plenty of other projects. Have a great day. Bye.